Good morning, fellow educators, parents, and students. Thank you for giving me this opportunity for being a part of your education week. I am really honored. Parents and fellow educators, how has the pandemic been treating you? Are you stressed? From experience, parents of young children are faced with a major challenge. That's the reason why I decided to talk about 5 simple steps in creating your child's daily study routine. You may wonder, what is this challenge? It is being on social media too much, watching too much television, or playing too much computer games. Unknowingly, this has paved the way for distraction and lack of discipline. Discipline comes from a Latin word called disciples, which means pupil, and discer, which means learn. Therefore, discipline means to teach, guide, or train. It does not mean to punish. But surprisingly, many parents equate discipline to punish. It certainly does not mean that. Why did I decide to talk about routine? Did you know that routine is an essential ingredient for success? Routine will raise your child to be a sociable, motivated, responsible, and task-oriented child. In short, smart. This is the EQ part of the child. The IQ part is the intelligence. Your child will therefore become balanced. What makes a child successful? These are the 6 steps the child has to go through in order to be successful. The very first step is to establish the routine of the child. Once the routine has been established, the child has to learn about empathy. And then the child will learn how to communicate. The child will develop interest, or you need to identify the learning style of the child for the child to take initiative in a lot of things, and then develop the perseverance of the child, and lastly, build the self-confidence or esteem of the child. You need patience, dedication, and commitment for this to happen. What is a routine? According to dictionary.com, a routine is a detailed course of action to be followed regularly until it becomes a habit. Actually, a routine is something that you do every day until it becomes a part of your life. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. So in order to be successful, you need to repeat the task over and over again. Now, why is a routine important? A routine is important because it teaches you to focus. It also helps you achieve your goal. It teaches you about respect and responsibility. It builds your confidence and self-esteem. Routines make you feel secure because they are predictable. You will know what is going to happen next. You are able to plan your day, and you can even set boundaries. Basically, it teaches you how to manage your time. Time management skills are very important. Now, what are the different types of routine that you can implement? You can implement the morning routine, the after school routine, the lunch routine, the television routine, the gadget routine, the dinner routine, and the bedtime routines. Now, all these routines are interconnected. For example, the bedtime routine is important because before you sleep at night, you need to prepare your clothes for tomorrow morning, when you go to school, you need to pack your bag, put your books and your school supplies, whatever you need, and then you need to uh, pray before you go to sleep. When you wake up in the morning, if you have a proper bedtime routine, your morning routine goes smooth. When you wake up, you brush your teeth, you take a shower, you have your breakfast, and you go to school. But if you did not do your bedtime routine, what will happen is you may be looking for your socks or you may be looking for your color pencil. If you cannot find it, you will get so upset, you will become late. So basically, the routine sets the tone of the day. If your day morning routine goes well, your day will go smoothly and you will be happy. When you come from school, an after school routine is very important because when you come from school, you eat. After you eat, you rest. After you rest, you do your assignments and then you study. Now, from observation, kids don't like to study every day. They only study when they have a test. That should not be the case. If you do not have a study routine, what is going to happen? You are going to cram. What you need to do is when you come home from school, if there are any assignments or any projects to be done, do it right away. Do not cram up to the last minute. If you don't have a test, you still review what you studied for the day so that it's easier for you. You will know your subject matter. When there's a test, you just have to spend a little time to review. This way, your grades in school are also going to go up. Then you have the lunch routine. When you come from school, you're hungry. You must eat. I'm sure your kid doesn't eat proper lunch in school. So, having lunch after school is very important. Television routine and gadget routines are also very important because you need to control the use of gadgets and the amount of television your child watches. I have a student who plays gadgets for 4 hours. This is not good. Why? Because it develops into a concentration problem. The child cannot focus. So you need to limit the amount of television to be watched and how much time the child should play. Actually, for gadgets, I suggest only 30 minutes. And the dinner routine is very important because this is the time when the family bonds together. Remember, a family that eats together stays together. So we must make sure that our kids with the parents should spend dinner time together every single day. What makes a good routine? A good routine must have a goal. This goal must be communicated to your child. It must have a few simple steps. The steps must be clear, smooth, and pleasant to follow. and it must be consistent. Before you make a routine, make sure you observe your child. Decide what are the things that you want to improve on in your child, and then develop the routine. The first step in developing a routine is to make a list of things to do or tasks to do. Write down the length of time it will take for you or your child to complete the task or the activity. Next, you have to plan your day and you have to create a schedule or a routine. You have to be specific. Specify the task and the time you need to complete the task. You must set a goal. The goal must be very specific. You must specify what you want to work on. Remember, you need to plan for emergencies because you don't know when anything can happen. You have to allow flexibility in your routine. And lastly, you must test drive your routine. If necessary, make changes so that the routine will be suitable for you. Now, what are the benefits of a routine? When you develop a routine, you learn to manage your time. A routine teaches you self-discipline. It helps you focus. It creates a healthy balance in your life. And you really learn to understand yourself better. A routine should be implemented from the age of 2 years old. You will say it's too early. No, it's not too early. Why? In fact, it's the best time because the kids won't question you. Unlike if the child is 7 years old, it's too late. The child can think. He will do what he wants. He will reason out. It will be difficult for the child to follow. I'm not saying it's not impossible. It is possible, but it will be a little more difficult. Now, examples of a routine. You write the task on the left. On the top, you write Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then when the child does the task, you put a check. If the child does not do a task, put an X. I suggest at the end of the day, you go over the chart with your child and ask your child how your child can improve for the next day until the child learns to do the task every day. I assure you, it's not going to be easy to implement a routine. The first 3 months are the most difficult months. Why? From experience, they will do the task for the first 7 days and then there is a lapse. So what do? You begin again from day one. They need to do the task 30 days straight for it to become a habit. Normally, by the time they get to do it, it will take 3 months. You implement the routine by following the schedule until it becomes a part of your life. My advice to parents is you must be firm and kind. Children are manipulative. They will always try to get what they want. In some cases, you may experience a power struggle because children like to test parents. They want to see who's the boss, the parent or the child. Once you give in, you cannot implement the routine. I have an activity for you. Prepare a routine for your child. Put the starting time and the ending time. Put the specific task. When you go home, try to implement it and see what happens. I'm really excited to know what the results are. Thank you very much